Projected 30% growth in manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025. Introduction. The global landscape for manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors is shifting dramatically, with projections indicating a remarkable 30% growth by the second quarter of 2025. This anticipated growth emerges from a confluence of favorable economic indicators, strategic investments, and technological advancements despite the persistent challenges that have characterized the post-pandemic recovery phase. This report analyzes the international competitive landscape and expert predictions that illuminate the economic shifts expected in the global market. 1. Overview of growth projections. According to Deloitte and Manufacturing Today, the manufacturing sector is on the brink of significant recovery, with a projected increase in revenues by 4.2% and a rise in capital expenditures by 5.2% in 2025. These forecasts follow a tumultuous period affected by inflationary pressures and disruptions in supply chains, largely stemming from aggressive monetary policies implemented by the Federal Reserve. Nonetheless, easing financial pressures and an uptick in strategic investments signal a rebound. Manufacturing growth. A modest growth in factory jobs by 0.8% is forecasted, bolstered by initiatives focusing on domestic production strategies including nearshoring and reshoring. Agriculture and technology. Similar growth trends are anticipated in agriculture and technology, driven by increased demand for sustainable practices and digital transformation. 2. Key drivers of growth. Several pivotal trends are identified as driving the expected growth across sectors. Technological advancements. The adoption of advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, automation, the Internet of Things, IoT, and digital twins is reshaping operations. Over 55% of industrial manufacturers are already utilizing generative AI tools, with further investments expected. Government incentives. Policies like the Inflation Reduction Act are facilitating investments in clean technologies, aligning with market demands for sustainable products. These incentives are crucial for enhancing competitive advantage. Supply chain resilience. The transition towards domestic production aims to fortify supply chain resilience, a response to vulnerabilities exposed during the COVID-19 pandemic. 3. Challenges facing growth. Despite the optimistic projections, several challenges linger. Inflation and production costs. Elevated costs for raw materials and energy continue to pressure profit margins, although a general moderation in inflation is noted. Labor shortages. The manufacturing sector faces a significant skills gap, with demand for advanced manufacturing roles outstripping supply. Efforts to invest in workforce training and automation are underway but may not fully address the labor shortage. Geopolitical risks. Ongoing trade disputes and potential supply chain disruptions pose critical concerns, particularly for industries reliant on imported components. 4. Timeline of events. 2022 to 2023. Characterized by contraction in the manufacturing sector due to inflation and aggressive monetary policies. Late 2024, the Federal Reserve begins to lower interest rates, alleviating some financial pressures on manufacturers. 2025 projections. Anticipated growth of 30% across manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors, supported by strategic investments and favorable economic conditions. 5. Detailed analysis of sectoral performance. Manufacturing sector. The manufacturing sector serves as a bellwether for economic health, representing 10.3% of the U.S. economy. The sector has faced persistent challenges, but forecasts for 2025 indicate a strong recovery. Consumer confidence. Improved consumer confidence and steady demand for durable goods are expected to bolster growth. Technological integration. The continuous integration of AI and machine learning technologies is enhancing operational efficiency, driving down costs, and improving product quality. Agriculture sector. The agricultural sector is also expected to benefit from technological advancements. particularly in precision farming and sustainable practices which enhance productivity while addressing environmental concerns. Sustainability focus: investments in sustainable agriculture practices are anticipated to drive growth as consumers increasingly demand organic and sustainably sourced products. Technology sector. The technology sector is poised for substantial growth driven by advancements in digital transformation, cloud computing, and cybersecurity. Investment in R&D. Increased investments in research and development are expected to yield innovative products and services, further stimulating economic growth. 6. Conclusion. The projected growth of 30% across the manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025 reflects a complex interplay of optimism and caution. As industries adapt to evolving market demands and technological advancements, the successful navigation of persistent challenges such as inflation, labor shortages, and geopolitical risks will be crucial. The path ahead is marked by significant opportunities for growth contingent upon strategic investments, workforce development, and an unwavering commitment to innovation. In summary, the global market is on the cusp of a transformative phase where collaboration between government policies, technological advancements, and industry resilience will define the economic landscape in the coming years. The manufacturing sector in particular stands as a cornerstone of this growth, paving the way for a robust recovery and sustained economic development. The projected 30% growth in manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025 reveals several counterintuitive insights that challenge conventional wisdom about economic recovery, sector dynamics, and investment strategies. Here are some examples. 1. Contradiction of inflation and growth. Despite ongoing inflationary pressures and elevated production costs, the manufacturing sector anticipates significant growth. Traditionally, high inflation is seen as a deterrent to economic expansion as it erodes consumer purchasing power and increases operational costs. However, the current context shows that strategic investments and a shift towards domestic production can counterbalance inflation's negative effects, leading to optimism about future revenues and capital expenditures. 2. Labor market dynamics. The manufacturing sector is experiencing a paradox where, despite a skills gap and labor shortages, there is also a stabilization in employment figures. As the demand for advanced manufacturing roles outpaces supply, one would expect a more severe impact on production levels and job openings. Instead, the loosening labor market in 2024 has led to a better balance between labor supply and demand, suggesting that the sector is adapting through automation and training initiatives rather than merely facing insurmountable challenges. 3. Geopolitical risks versus nearshoring benefits. While geopolitical tensions and trade disputes are expected to pose risks to supply chains, the concurrent trend towards nearshoring and reshoring is presented as a solution that enhances supply chain resilience. This duality illustrates that while risks are prevalent, they also catalyze strategic shifts that can lead to a more robust manufacturing base domestically. The expectation of growth amid these geopolitical challenges suggests that companies are not only reactive but are also strategically positioning themselves for long-term viability. 4. A technological adoption amidst economic uncertainty. The anticipated growth is heavily predicated on the adoption of advanced technologies like AI and automation, which are generally viewed as costly investments, particularly during economic downturns. However, the insights suggest that manufacturers are prioritizing these investments even in the face of uncertainty, indicating a belief that technological integration is essential for maintaining competitive advantage and fostering growth. This mindset challenges the traditional view that companies tend to cut back on innovation during tough economic times. 5. Government incentives as a double-edged sword. While government policies such as the Inflation Reduction Act are expected to spur growth in clean technologies, there is an inherent risk associated with potential shifts in these policies following elections. The anticipated growth fueled by these incentives could be seen as dependent on the stability of government support, which is inherently unpredictable. This situation raises the question of whether businesses should rely on government incentives to drive growth or whether they should pursue independent growth strategies that do not hinge on policy stability. 6. Consumer confidence versus economic reality. The projected increase in consumer confidence and demand for durable goods contrasts with the reality of ongoing economic challenges such as elevated production costs and geopolitical uncertainties. This discrepancy suggests that while consumer sentiment may indicate a willingness to spend, actual spending behavior could be hampered by economic realities, leading to a potential mismatch between anticipated demand and actual market performance. 7. Sustainability and profitability. The focus on clean technology and sustainability, often perceived as a cost burden for manufacturers, is presented as a critical driver for growth and investment. This perspective flips the narrative that sustainability initiatives are merely regulatory burdens or cost centers, positing instead that they can lead to new market opportunities and enhanced profitability. This shift indicates a broader recognition that sustainable practices can align with economic incentives, leading to competitive advantages rather than mere compliance. In summary, the projected growth in the manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025 is characterized by several counterintuitive insights that challenge conventional economic and business assumptions. These include the relationship between inflation and growth, labor market dynamics, the role of geopolitical risks, and the potential benefits of government incentives in driving sustainable growth. The interplay of these factors suggests a complex and nuanced economic landscape where traditional narratives may not fully capture the realities facing these sectors. The report projects a notable 30% growth in the manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025, a development that many may perceive as a straightforward consequence of improved economic conditions. However, there are nuanced elements within the report that often go overlooked yet hold significant implications for understanding the landscape of this projected growth. Key overlooked insights and their significance. 1. Nearshoring and reshoring trends. The report emphasizes nearshoring and reshoring as critical strategies for enhancing supply chain resilience. While many may acknowledge these strategies, the underlying implications are profound. The shift towards domestic production not only addresses vulnerabilities exposed during the pandemic but also stimulates regional economic growth. This trend signifies a broader reconfiguration of global supply chains that could lead to a more localized manufacturing base, impacting job creation and economic stability in the U.S. and other developed nations. 2. Technological integration beyond basic automation. The report highlights that over 55% of industrial manufacturers are utilizing generative AI tools. However, the significance lies in the nuanced understanding of how these technologies transcend mere efficiency gains. The integration of AI, IoT, and digital twins represents a paradigm shift in how manufacturers operate, enabling them to innovate product design and enhance customer engagement. This technological evolution is not just about reducing costs but also about creating competitive advantages in a rapidly evolving market landscape. Companies that effectively leverage these technologies are likely to lead the market, potentially reshaping industry standards. 3. Government policy dynamics. The report mentions the impact of government policies like the Inflation Reduction Act as catalysts for clean technology investments. However, the significance of these policies extends beyond immediate economic incentives. They reflect a changing regulatory landscape that prioritizes sustainability and environmental responsibility. As governments worldwide increasingly align their policies with climate goals, manufacturers who adapt to these requirements may not only thrive but also secure long-term viability in an environmentally conscious market. Ignoring the evolving regulatory framework could result in strategic misalignment for companies that underestimate this trend. 4. Workforce development challenges. While the report acknowledges labor shortages and skills gaps, the long-term implications of these challenges are often underestimated. The projected inability to fill nearly 1.9 million manufacturing jobs over the next decade could have cascading effects on productivity and innovation. The shift towards advanced manufacturing roles requires a workforce equipped with a blend of technical and soft skills, and failure to adequately address this gap may hinder growth prospects. The focus on workforce training and development is not merely a response to current needs but a strategic imperative to ensure the sector's future competitiveness. 5. Geopolitical risks and supply chain vulnerabilities. The report touches on geopolitical risks and their potential to disrupt supply chains. However, the implications of these risks are frequently downplayed. As trade tensions and geopolitical uncertainties persist, manufacturers must develop robust strategies to mitigate risks associated with reliance on global supply chains. This could involve diversifying supply sources or investing in domestic production capabilities. Ignoring these geopolitical dynamics could expose companies to significant operational risks and financial instability in the face of sudden market shifts. 6. Economic signals and consumer behavior. The report indicates a projected rise in consumer confidence and durable goods demand, yet the nuances of consumer behavior trends are often overlooked. Understanding shifts in consumer sentiment, particularly in the context of economic uncertainties, is critical for manufacturers. The anticipated recovery in consumer spending may not be uniform across all sectors, hence, manufacturers need to be agile in their market approaches. Anticipating consumer preferences and adapting product offerings accordingly will be essential for capturing growth in a competitive landscape. 7. Impact of interest rate changes. While the report mentions the Federal Reserve's decision to lower interest rates, the broader implications for investment and consumer spending are significant. Lower interest rates can revitalize borrowing and spending, thereby stimulating demand for manufactured goods. However, companies must also prepare for potential fluctuations in interest rates and their impact on capital expenditures. A proactive approach to financial planning can position manufacturers to capitalize on favorable economic conditions while mitigating risks associated with potential rate increases. Conclusion: the projected growth in the manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025 is a multifaceted phenomenon influenced by various interrelated factors. The nuances explored in the report, ranging from workforce challenges and technological advancements to government policies and geopolitical risks, offer a deeper understanding of the dynamics at play. Recognizing these often overlooked insights is crucial for stakeholders seeking to navigate the complexities of the evolving economic landscape. By embracing these factors, companies can strategically position themselves for sustainable growth and resilience in an increasingly competitive market. 1. Growth projections and economic context. The projected 30% growth across manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025 is underpinned by significant anticipated increases in revenues 4.2% and capital expenditures 5.2%. This recovery follows a challenging period characterized by inflation and supply chain disruptions. The easing of financial pressures coupled with strategic investments in capital infrastructure indicates a promising turnaround for these sectors, which are vital to the U.S. economy. This optimistic outlook is further supported by improved consumer confidence and demand for durable goods, positioning manufacturers to capitalize on favorable economic indicators. 2. Key drivers of growth. Several trends are pivotal in driving this anticipated growth. The adoption of advanced technologies such as AI, automation, and IoT is enabling manufacturers to enhance efficiencies and product quality. Notably, over 55% of industrial manufacturers are already utilizing generative AI tools, with expectations for increased investment in 2025. Additionally, government incentives, particularly from policies like the Inflation Reduction Act, are encouraging investments in clean technologies, aligning with market demands for sustainable products. The shift towards nearshoring and reshoring strengthens supply chain resilience, allowing firms to mitigate vulnerabilities exposed during the pandemic and stimulate local economies. 3. Common challenges. Despite the positive projections, various challenges persist that could hinder growth. Elevated production costs, particularly for materials and energy, remain a significant concern, impacting profit margins. Labor shortages continue to plague the manufacturing sector, with the demand for skilled workers outstripping supply. Efforts to invest in workforce training and automation are in progress but may not fully address the growing need for skilled labor. Furthermore, geopolitical risks, including trade disputes and reliance on imported components, pose ongoing threats to supply chain stability, potentially affecting production timelines and costs. 4. Strategic responses to challenges. Manufacturers are increasingly focusing on innovative strategies to tackle these challenges. Emphasizing workforce development is essential, with many companies implementing training programs to bridge the skills gap. The integration of digital tools for advanced supply chain planning and management is also crucial, allowing firms to enhance agility and efficiency in response to disruptions. Moreover, leveraging technologies such as generative AI and machine learning can improve operational decision-making and customer service, positioning manufacturers to maximize their competitiveness in an evolving landscape. By adopting these strategies, the manufacturing sector can better navigate the complexities of the global market and sustain its growth trajectory toward 2025 and beyond. Here are 3 famous historical cases that relate to the themes of projected growth in sectors like manufacturing, agriculture, and technology, and the challenges and dynamics that influence such growth. 1. The Industrial Revolution, 18th to 19th century. The Industrial Revolution marked a significant turning point in history, transitioning economies from agrarian-based systems to industrial and manufacturing hubs. In Great Britain, developments in technologies such as the steam engine and mechanized textile production propelled manufacturing growth, leading to increased productivity and economic expansion. The era saw the rise of factories, urbanization, and significant labor shifts. However, the revolution also faced challenges, including labor exploitation, environmental degradation, and social upheaval. The economic landscape underwent profound changes, leading to increased competition on a global scale similar to the projected growth dynamics seen today. 2. The Green Revolution, mid-20th century. The Green Revolution refers to a period from the 1940s to the late 1960s when agricultural production worldwide, particularly in developing countries, dramatically increased due to the introduction of high-yield crop varieties, synthetic fertilizers, and advanced irrigation techniques. This movement led to significant advancements in food production, alleviating hunger in many regions. However, it also faced challenges such as environmental impacts, reliance on chemical inputs, and socioeconomic disparities among farmers. The Green Revolution serves as a historical parallel to the anticipated growth in agriculture today, highlighting both the transformative potential of technology and the challenges that accompany rapid changes. 3. The dot-com bubble, late 1990s, early 2000s. The dot-com bubble was characterized by a rapid rise in the stock prices of internet-based companies, driven by technological advancements and the widespread adoption of the internet. Investment in technology sectors surged, with projections of exponential growth in e-commerce and digital services. However, the bubble burst in 2000, leading to significant economic fallout, including bankruptcies and a recession. The dot-com era illustrates the volatility of technology-driven growth and the importance of sustainable business models, echoing the current landscape where rapid advancements in technology such as AI and automation are expected to drive significant growth but also pose risks and uncertainties. These historical cases reflect the complexities and dynamics of economic growth driven by advancements in manufacturing, agriculture, and technology, as well as the multifaceted challenges that can arise in such transformative periods. Future outlook: projected 30% growth in manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025. The future of the manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors is set against a backdrop of significant transformation and resilience, with projections indicating a remarkable 30% growth by Q2 2025. This anticipated surge is driven by strategic investments, governmental support, technological advancements, and a gradual recovery from previous economic disruptions. Below is an analysis of the factors propelling this growth, the challenges that lie ahead, and the broader implications for the global economy. 1. Economic context and growth projections. According to recent reports, the manufacturing sector is expected to witness a revenue increase of 4.2% and a 5.2% rise in capital expenditures in 2025. The recovery is further highlighted by a modest increase in factory jobs projected at 0.8%. This growth follows a challenging period marked by inflationary pressures and supply chain issues, largely a consequence of aggressive monetary policies by the Federal Reserve. As these financial pressures ease, a renewed focus on domestic production strategies such as nearshoring and reshoring is likely to enhance the sector's resilience and economic contribution. 2. Key drivers of growth. Several trends are set to fuel the anticipated growth across these sectors. Technological advancements. The integration of advanced technologies, particularly artificial intelligence, AI, automation, and the Internet of Things (IoT), is pivotal. Over 55% of industrial manufacturers are reportedly utilizing generative AI tools, with expectations for further investment in 2025. These technologies are enhancing operational efficiencies and product quality, positioning companies to meet evolving market demands. Government support. Legislative measures like the Inflation Reduction Act are fostering investments in clean technologies, aligning with the growing consumer demand for sustainable products. Such initiatives are crucial for manufacturers aiming to maintain a competitive edge in an increasingly eco-conscious market. Supply chain resilience. The shift towards domestic production is not only addressing vulnerabilities exposed during the pandemic but also stimulating regional economic growth. By investing in localized supply chains, companies can mitigate risks associated with geopolitical tensions and international trade disputes. 3. Challenges ahead. Despite the optimism surrounding growth, several challenges remain. Inflation and production costs. While inflation appears to be moderating, elevated costs for materials and energy continue to impact profit margins. Companies must navigate these cost pressures while striving to remain competitive. Labor shortages. The skills gap in the manufacturing sector remains significant, with demand for skilled labor outpacing supply. Despite investments in workforce training and automation, attracting and retaining qualified workers will be imperative for sustaining growth. Geopolitical risks. Trade disputes and potential supply chain disruptions pose ongoing threats, particularly for industries reliant on imported components. The geopolitical landscape will require companies to remain agile and adaptable to mitigate risks. 4. Timeline of key events. 2022 to 2023, the manufacturing sector experienced contraction due to inflation and monetary policy tightening. Late 2024, a shift in Federal Reserve policy towards lower interest rates may ease financial burdens on manufacturers, fostering a conducive environment for growth. 2025, the anticipated 30% growth across manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors, supported by strategic investments and technological integration. 5. Conclusion. The outlook for the manufacturing, agriculture, and technology sectors by Q2 2025 is one of cautious optimism. The combination of technological advancements, government support, and a strategic focus on domestic production positions these sectors for significant growth. However, the path forward is not without challenges, particularly concerning labor shortages, rising production costs, and geopolitical risks. As companies navigate this complex landscape, their ability to adapt and innovate will be crucial in determining the extent of their recovery and growth trajectory in the coming years. In summary, while the projected growth of 30% by Q2 2025 presents an exciting opportunity, stakeholders must remain vigilant and proactive in addressing the challenges that accompany such an ambitious outlook. The successful integration of technology coupled with a commitment to workforce development and supply chain resilience will be key to unlocking the full potential of these sectors in the near future.